Hi, and good afternoon, everyone. We're going to spend a little bit of time talking about some of the most recent form changes that the MLS has launched during the month of August in 2011. There are, I believe, a total of 18 forms that were changed, and some are significant changes, some are insignificant changes. So we're going to kind of bounce through these forms and take a look at some of the differences. The first thing I want to point out to you is that the first thing you're going to want to look at is the revision date on the forms. The new revision dates for the new forms will always be, or will be now, 8/11. Remember, you can always get the most current forms from the MLS when you fill out your forms online. Where you really want to be careful is when you're pulling a form that you may have been carrying around for a while that does not have that date. For that agreement will no longer be valid, and you obviously will want to be using the most current forms. So once again, remember, please look at your revision dates. The 18 forms that were revised will all be an 8/11 date. Okay. So the first form we're going to work on is the exclusive sale and listing agreement, Form 1A. Not huge changes done on this particular form. What you're going to see in the blue is the changes that were added. You can see as the different color is from the regular black. So this is what we will call the red line edition. The first change on here is in term 3, which really basically says that the seller would only owe a commission if the transaction closes or if the seller was to default under this agreement to sell the property. This agreement has always been interpreted that if the seller just defaults under the purchase and sale agreement, that they would still owe a commission to the listing broker. This just clarifies it a little bit more. So that's really the only significant change. Also, the next change would be that the selling firm is now also a part of is a third-party beneficiary of this agreement. And of course, the selling firm would be the selling broker that would be involved with this transaction. The only other change that was made on the 1A exclusive listing agreement is that the seller now gives their written permission to allow us to submit photographs of their properties not only to the MLS but to any other third-party vendors. With the proliferation of syndication, we now want to make sure we get their authorization that we can distribute those photos to not only just members of the MLS but also to third parties through syndication. So that really is the only significant changes to the listing agreements. So what we're going to go ahead and move to next is the purchase and sale agreement.